Good morning, everyone. Now, this is another type of problem. Here it is a series motor. This problem is based on series motor. I will read out the question. The speed of 20 HP, 210 volts, 1000 RPM series motor is connected by single phase. Here two converters have given, because this problem we have to do for two converters independently. The first case is for semi converter. When a semi converter is fed to this motor, then what will be the parameters? And similarly, in the second case, the same problem we have to do with full converter. So two cases here we have semi converter and full converter. Okay, the combined field and armature circuit resistance is 0.25 ohms. Means this is a series motor. In series motor, the field resistance and armature resistance both are connected in series. So that resistance simply we can represent as capital R. This capital R value is 0.25 ohms. What is capital R? Capital R is RF plus RA. Capital R is field resistance RF plus armature resistance RA, both the combination. So capital R is given as 0.25 ohms, and the motor constants are KAF is 0.03 Newton meter ampere and K residual is 0.075 volt second per radians. So here two constants has been given because this is a series motor. This series motor equations can be derived in the form of residual form also, residual constant based. So here he has given residual constant as well as Kf. Two constants he has given because we are having two constants, right? So these are the two constants. Kf is 0.03 Newton meter ampere square. K residual is 0.075 volt second per radians. The supply voltage is 230 volts. So 230 volts, this is RMS value. When we speak, when we write, the value will be RMS value. Okay, RMS value is 230 volts. Assuming continuous and ripple free motor current, determine the following for the firing angle of 30 degrees and speed of 1000 RPM. So alpha he has given us 30 degrees and speed 1000 RPM. For these parameters, we need to calculate the first one, motor torque, second one, motor current, and the third one, supply power factor, which is input power factor. So these three parameters we have to calculate. So we have to calculate motor torque, motor current, and supply power factor. So these three we need to calculate. However, these three, we have to calculate these three parameters for semi converter. When the semi converter is feeding this series motor, what will be the motor current, motor torque, and motor power factor or input power factor? This is first case. And the second case, when this series motor is fed to this full converter, when the series motor is fed to the full converter, then what will be the motor torque, motor current, and motor power, input power factor? So these two cases we need to calculate. Okay. So coming to the first one, first case, semi converter fed DC drive, which means this is semi converter fed case. So here a semi converter is connected to the DC motor. So this is a single phase semi controlled converter, and this converter feeding a motor having an inductance, resistance, inductance L, resistance R, and the back EMF EB. With the help of single phase supply. Okay, so this is L. L means LA plus LF. This is capital R, which is field resistance plus armature resistance, and this is back EMF EB. So this is a series motor, and this series motor is supplied by I mean, this series motor is controlled by single phase semi-controlled converter. Okay. So that is the first case. First, what we need to calculate? The motor torque. We need to calculate the motor torque. So this is the torque equation of DC series motor. Previously, in the theoretical part, we have derived the speed equation in terms of torque. Okay. From that equation, we can also derive the torque equation in terms of speed. If you rearrange the terms, we will get the torque equation. So this equation. So this equation is a torque equation. So we have to calculate the torque here. So with this equation, we can calculate the torque. Now we know KF already given, which is 0.03 Newton meter ampere square. So we know the KF. Here EM is the maximum value. So maximum value of the supply, this maximum value, we know this maximum value can be calculated as √2 times of RMS value, √2 into RMS value. So RMS value already given, which is 230 volts. In the problem, the RMS value is given as 230 volts. So √2 times of RMS, we will get maximum value, electrical circuits basics. So we can get EM value. Pi is a constant, which is 3.14. We know 1 is a constant. Cos alpha, here what is the alpha? Alpha is 30 degrees. So cos 30, so we will get these values. And similarly, K residual is also given, which is 0.075 volts second per radians. And speed also given, which is 1000 RPM. But we have to convert this RPM into radians per second. Radians per second. This speed has to convert. So here the speed conversion is given here. So in order to convert the RPM into radians per second, we need to multiply with this factor, which is 2 pi by 60. If we multiply by 2 pi by 60, the RPM will convert it into radians per second. We know the speed now, which is 104.72 radians per second per 1000 RPM. And the resistance value, which is given as 0.25 ohms. See here in the problem, the complete resistance is given as 0.25 ohms. So substitute here. And KF we already know, which is 0.03 Newton meter ampere square. Into speed already, the speed in radians. So all the parameters are given in the problem. Directly substitute all these values in this problem. I mean in this formula. So after substituting, the formula looks like this. And if you simply simplify this directly, you will get the torque value as 89.68 Newton meter. See, we have to calculate the torque. Torque equations directly, we know. So all the parameters in this torque equation directly given in the problem. Substitute them. Only thing we need to do is the speed conversion. This N, because the speed is given in RPM, so we need to convert the speed into omega, which means radians per second. Only we have to do the speed conversion and substitute all those values and get the torque value, which is 89.68 Newton meter. So now we got the motor torque for semi-controlled converter. And next, we need to calculate the motor current. Motor current is nothing but the armature current, because here we are having only one circuit, that is armature circuit. So the load current or armature current of the motor, that is nothing but the motor current. So how we will get this armature? We know, see here it is written as equation 14.40. What is equation 14.40? I'll write here. The 14.40 equation is nothing but the torque equation. Torque T is equal to constant K phi into Ia. We know this equation, torque equation. Okay. And this is a series motor. In series motor, this flux can be replaced by Ia. Previously I have told you. So because in the problem there is no discussion on the flux, so directly replace this flux into armature current. Now you will get the torque equation as T is equal to the constant K into IA square. IA into IA will be IA square. We know the torque, which is 89.68 Newton meters. We know this constant, which is 0.03 Newton meter. And we need to calculate IA. So from this equation, IA can be written as torque by constant under root. This power is 1/2, which means under root. So square root of torque by K. So simply we will get the armature current, which is 54.67 amperes. Direct formula. So torque is equal to constant into IA square. You need to get IA. We know torque and constant. So simply calculate IA, which we got as 54.67 amperes. This is our second bit. So motor current. And now we need to calculate the supply power factor or input power factor. Simply we can. So to calculate the input power factor, the power factor can be calculated in different ways. Here we will calculate this power factor using the power formula. So power factor can be calculated as the active power of the input, active power PA of the input, and apparent power. Apparent power means we can represent as S. Active power P, apparent power of the input S. So the ratio between active power to the apparent power will give the power factor. You know the power factor, this power triangle. I'll draw the power triangle again. See, this is the power triangle. You may see this power triangle in power systems 1, 2, electrical circuits. So this is the power triangle. This is x-axis. On x-axis we will have active power, because active power is a real power. So we have to draw active power on the x-axis. And on the y-axis, it is a reactive power. Reactive power is a imaginary power. So y-axis is imaginary. So reactive power will be on y-axis. And the combination of active and reactive power we will denote it as apparent power, which is S. So S can be simply written as the combination of active power and reactive power. This is J. J represents the imaginary axis. So S is equal to P plus J R. You can represent I also. Okay. So where S can be calculated as VRMS into IRMS. VRMS into IRMS. Directly we will get the apparent power. Then how we will get this active power and reactive power? Here we no need to calculate the reactive power, because in order to calculate the power factor, only we need two parameters. Power factor is active power by apparent power from this triangle. Okay, power factor is cos theta, right? So from the triangle, if you write the cos theta, you will get cos theta as power factor. Power factor will be active power by apparent power. Okay, so apparent power, in order to calculate the apparent power, we simply multiply VRMS into IRMS. We are calculating the supply power factor or input power factor. Okay, so the supply voltage is 230 volts as RMS value, and we need to calculate the RMS current. Okay, so for that, here RMS current is calculated. So sorry. The RMS current is calculated here. This is the RMS current of the input. you can calculate the RMS current directly using the formula under root 1 by T integral 0 to T I square T dt. You know, to calculate the current, that is a generalized formula. So from that formula, you can calculate the RMS current. So this will be the RMS current. And this is the RMS voltage. So RMS voltage into RMS current will give the input, will use the S, which is apparent power. Sorry, here the value, here the 7 is missing. 478, 11,478.53 volt amperes. Here it is clearly written. So this is our apparent power. So simply VRMS into IRMS. Then what about real power, which is P? We need to calculate this P also. Okay. So here, in order to calculate the P, we know we are considering the converter system losses are neglecting. So that means if the losses are neglected, which means losses are zero, then the input power must be equal to output power. Input power must be equal to output power. PA is the input power, P naught is the output power. We know the output parameters are motor terminal voltage or the load voltage, we can say EA, and motor armature current or the load current IA. That must be equal to the input power. This is for lossless system. We are neglecting the losses simply. So EA we have calculated. See here the motor voltage directly EA can be calculated because this is a semi-controlled converter. So which is EM by pi into 1 plus cos alpha formula. Substitute here, you will get the EA. Okay. So now you got the EA. Substitute EA here. And we know IA previously in the second case we have calculated this IA as a 54.67 amperes. Now substitute this EA into IA, you will get the active power. So the power factor will be active power, which is 10,562.24 watts by apparent power 11,478.53. Here 7 is missing, correction. Okay, so 11,478.53 watts. To simplify, you will get the power factor as 0.92. So this is the power factor. So this is for semi-controlled converter case. We have calculated all the three elements for semi-controlled converter case. But we have to do the same thing for full converter case also. We have to do the same thing for full converter case also. So same procedure, but in the full converter the formula will be different. Which formula? The average voltage, which means this term will be changed, because in full converter the average voltage will be 2 EM by pi into cos alpha, not EM by pi into 1 plus cos alpha. So this term will be changed. We'll see how it will be. So this is the full controlled converter case. Now we can calculate the torque using the same equation. However, in that equation, this term will be changed. Sorry, here also it is written as 1 plus cos alpha. This is wrong. Correction. So actually in this term we have to write 2 EM. EM is the maximum value, which is root 2 into 230 by pi is a constant value, into cos 30 degrees, which is cos alpha. Okay, you have to write this formula here. So 2 into EM is a 2 root 2 into 230 by pi. Okay, here 1 is extra added. Don't bother about this one, you simply cut it off. There is no 1 plus here, directly cos 30. And remaining parameters you directly substitute and you will get the torque as 56.76 Newton meter. Okay, now you got the torque. Second, we need to calculate the armature current. Previously, we know the equation to calculate the armature current, which is torque by constant equal to Ia square. So if we want to calculate the armature current, square root of torque by constant will give the armature current. We know torque is 7.76 and the constant is 0.03. Under root, we will get the armature current as 50.58 amperes. So this is second bit. And coming to the third bit, we need to calculate the same power factor. So here the power factor is calculated. See, in order to calculate the power factor, the same methodology has been used, but however, this formula is different. The average voltage equation, this is full converter, right? So for full converter, it is 2 into Em by pi cos alpha. So this is different. So 2 into root 2 into 230 will give the maximum value by pi into cos alpha. Alpha is 30 degrees. So cos 30, you will get 179.33 volts as the average voltage or the motor terminal voltage. And previously we have calculated the armature current also, which is the output current. That is about 50.58 amperes. So we know armature current and we know the motor terminal voltage. We can get the active power, which is 9070.51 watts. Okay, so this will be our active power. And similarly, active power at the supply, because we need to calculate the power factor at the supply or at the input. Similarly, we can calculate this volt ampere. So this volt ampere can be calculated in the previous case how we have done. In the similar way, here also VRMS into IRMS. Here we need to calculate the RMS input RMS current, and we have to multiply them. You will get the apparent power. So active power by apparent power. So 9070.51 divided by apparent power, which is 11,633.4. If you simplify this, you will get the power factor as 0.78. Okay. So 0.78 will be our power factor. Here a conclusion has been drawn from both the cases. Case 1 is semi-converter case. Case 2 is full converter case. And it is, note that for same firing angle, the firing angle is same. The power factor is better in semi-converter system when compared with full converter, because in the semi-converter system, the power factor we got is 0.92, but the same power factor we got for full converter is 0.78. So for the same firing angle, semi-converter produces better power factor when compared with the full converter. Okay. Thank you.